Hey everybody, it's the American Samurai back again with a manga review. Today we're looking at AstroBoy Volume 5. This has three different stories from AstroBoy. So let's talk about them. The first story is Christopher's Island. So we have several. The first story, we're in an island that's Japan has discovered that has rich resources, and then within that island underground there's a school for robots. For some reason Astro's there. I don't know if it explains it. If the stories were going in order for you, it would explain why Astro is there, because it doesn't really explain that. But there's other robots too. Pook is the main robot that we focus on. His father was this genius robot creator who was a ninja, so he would create all these transforming robots. But he never finished creating Pook, who was like a son to him. So when he shows up, he takes parts from Astro. All these stories, a couple of these stories seem to follow the thing where they take Astro out of the story for a while as a big plot point, or Astro is otherwise impaired where he loses some of his powers. But anyways, so yeah, and Pook gets the power of transformation. When he escapes, though, he escapes with two prisoners. One of them is a spy for the main bad guy, who actually comes back in the third story of the series. Two of the villains have a redeeming arc. The Pook's father, it actually is redeemed pretty early on in the story, ends up dying. Trying to revive Astro so he can save Pook, who is going to be used by the spies. And then a jewel thief ends up sacrificing himself to fix Astro again, so Astro can defeat the spies. So yeah, two of the villains are actually more heroic and get really heroic deaths. Mr. Stachio, of course, is also featured in the story. He's the teacher for the robots. This story I'd give probably about a 3 out of 5. And the next story is the Space Leopard. Mysterious. If you're familiar with these stories, Ozako Tazuma always appears before the story and gives you a little inside the story. A mysterious nose appeared, and it's taking all the energy out of the robots. For some reason, Astro is the only robot that's immune to it. So Astro ends up finding an evil overlord, evil alien spy, and his panther, and the panther can drain energy, but he is unaffected by natural energy. And he kidnaps Astro's teacher, but unfortunately for Astro, his parents and his sister were not immune to that. So Astro has the other robots to fight it. And we do figure out a way of fighting the robot. By forming one ultra robot together. And the last story is the artificial sun. In this story, Astro ends up teaming up with Sherlock Homespun, who is a descendant of Sherlock Holmes. There's two kickers here. One, he hates robots. And 2, except for his head, he actually is he pretty much is a robot. He was injured very much by some villains. And by the end of the story, he actually does become a robot. But thanks to Astro, he learns that robots are actually more heroic than he gives them credit for. And he is actually proud to be a robot by the end of the story. And this marks the return of the main villain from the previous story, who was using his artificial sun created by 2 scientists to wreak havoc and cause trouble. Overall, that story I like more than this. The space level I give probably about 3 as well. But this one I give the last one, which I think is called The Artificial Sun. I give it 5 out of 5. Overall, a wonderful collection of stories, well done. Altogether, I give it about a 4.5 out of 5. Alright, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon for new. I hope you enjoyed this manga review of AstroBoy Volume 5.